I want to share with you today something that happened not so long time ago. It's really hard, but the thing is how to live with a toxic person. Maybe a lot of us have experienced living with someone and you don't realize that you're living with a toxic person. You get so used to this person and you trust so much. Let's talk, for instance, in your significant other. When you have this special person in your life, you trust this person, right? Why would you have a significant other and you can't trust that person? Well, let me tell you something. Maybe that person, it's a toxic person. In my case, my experience that I can share with you, I always took things like, or just a comment, behavior observation about myself, about things you do that you don't realize that you're doing, and maybe you're hurting the other person somehow. I don't know. And this observation, basically, you take it like it's true and you reflect about it. And this is because there's like a bond, there's a trust. You don't realize that maybe this person it's using those things against you. What was happening to me is that everything I did in every day, it doesn't matter what I was doing. I'm exaggerating right now. If I'm sitting in the couch, why am I sitting in the couch? I don't know if I'm getting to the point. Maybe the way you say things are hurting this person. Maybe you're so straightforward. You're not being aware of how you tell things, but in the end, you're telling the truth and you're just being yourself. But being yourself for the other person is this whole negative thing and it's used against you. And you don't realize this until this person betrays you. I didn't realize that I was being used. A lot of narcissistic behavior, shopping spree. And I did everything just to make my significant other happy. But that's not always the answer. You have to set boundaries, man. You have to really analyze things. For instance, she even told me that maybe used the word, maybe you need some professional help. So I agreed. And I ended up with a psychiatrist, with a psychologist. And what does a psychiatrist do? They give you pills, man. And I was like a zombie. I was a living zombie. And basically, I was like in an airplane mode. Nothing got me mad, nothing got me annoyed, and it was because I was drugged with Prozac. I'm gonna make another video about using pills. But in the end, you don't start from the point that you have a questionable or you have a doubt about what that person's telling you. You take it like it's true. And it's because you trust that person, because you live with that person, and your home is a safe place. So it's really hard. But maybe you're living with someone that it's toxic. You have to really analyze what they're telling you. If you start to see things like everything you say will be used against you, that's a big red flag, man. You should really watch out there. Everything you say annoys the other person, or when you're with some friends, everything you say, it's not like supported by your significant other, and you don't get the awareness or you don't realize that's happened, dude, maybe you should ask your friends that can tell you really what's going on. And in the end, this thing blew up in my face and my trust was 100%. I don't believe you can have a significant other, you can have a couple, you can live with your wife and not trusting her. I couldn't live that way. And I don't think you can live that way because that's your support. So you just take things as they are, if they were true. You don't even question them. And I'm talking about things that you get feedback from your couple, about your behavior and the way that your relationship it's building. You don't question those kind of things because we're all humans and I can make mistakes. And maybe I should look more into it because I want this to work out. Maybe you're living with a toxic person. If you don't realize that soon enough, you're gonna get really hurt. So go ask your friends or just try to question inside your head if it's true. What happened to me? Everything that I am, a bass player, I like music. In the end, she didn't like music. She didn't like my style. Well, I mean, she tried to change it, wearing dress shoes all the time. I mean, I wear them for work, but not on weekends, you know. So you should watch out, man. Look deep inside and listen to your heart, man. Question yourself. Maybe you're living with a toxic person. Maybe it's your parents, man, are narcissistic and using you, man. And a lot of people, it happens. Just watch out, man. If you are the source, just question if your couple is using what you say against you or you are like the cause of the problems. Just watch out for those red flags, man. Stay safe.